It wasn't me.
Good God, what has happened?
It wasn't me.
I just arrived. The base must have caved in under the weight of the statue.
It wasn't me.
The statue can't stay on the ground. We must keep it up away from the humidity.
It wasn't me.
Find anyone in the museum to help lift it. I'll go outside to find reinforcements.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Did you take the time to dance while this guy's sniveling and worried about his career? Hello, this is Chiak. We are back again with another set of Sherlock Holmes Nemesis. Continuing on with, I guess, the walkthrough part of the game since I've played these sections.
What's all this racket?
A statue has collapsed in the entrance hall. We must quickly move it. Otherwise, the invoice will be sent to your unit. Come, give us a hand.
But we aren't allowed to leave our post.
In Afghanistan, I was shot, and I'm no longer able to exert myself with that arm. I will be of no use lifting. But I could keep an eye while you help your colleagues.
In that case.
Okay. Yes, I am going to be lazy. Do this.
Well done, Doctor. You are obviously a man of his word, and resourceful also.
Hurry up, and above all, stay hidden. The last thing I want is for you to be caught.
Ha! No one has succeeded in doing that yet. Until later, Doctor.
Okay.
Ah, there you are, gentlemen. You can reclaim your post. Nothing happened. Smooth sailing.
Well, Watson, it would appear that you served as reinforcement to Lestrange's men. It's a pleasure to see that 2 sleepless nights haven't taken away your legendary spirit of enterprise. Well, gentlemen, we'll wait and wait some more.
Later.
I've tripled the manpower surrounding the building. My men have a carbide searchlight. No way of getting past it as long as it's a clear night. I have, moreover, locked all of the exits leading onto the hall where the Rosetta stone is found and placed a man by each of the doors. 4 of my best men are locked inside and stationed directly in front of the stone. Knowing that it weighs almost 1,500 pounds, Lupin doesn't stand a chance.
We'll know soon enough.
Excuse me, Inspector, but I hope that your men won't forget to replace the iron bars in the room where they were. They shouldn't be left outside, as they don't like the humidity.
What are you saying, young man? I never gave the order to take any iron bars.
Listen, they were there 2 hours ago. Who would have taken them if not your men?
Leave it to me, Lestrade.
Okay.
Young man, you said some iron bars had disappeared. Can you show me where?
Follow me. Here's the spot.
Tell me, what can be made with iron bars?
Everything and anything.
Do you know if anything else is missing?
I don't know. I didn't take the time to look because I must prepare some plans.
Return to your work. For the time being, I'll see if anything else is missing, and I'll come find you if I need any further information. Watson, join Lestrade and keep a check on things.
As for me, I'll be in my the director's office if you need me.
Okay. So this part is just finding what's missing.
A box of soap was recently removed.
That's open.
Some rolls of rope were there. There was a pulley here.
Okay, so that's 3 things. Now, I actually had trouble with this because I couldn't figure out what else was missing. I stumbled across this one here by accident.
A tarpaulin protected these materials, and it was removed.
Okay, let's sprint. And then there's 5 things altogether that's missing. Now, this actually took me a really long time to figure out because I was going everywhere in the museum, re-clicking every single thing possible. I even went to the shed, but apparently I moved too quickly to see if anything was missing, but turns out something was.
The print from the bag that was found here is quite clear. The bag was recently removed.
Okay, and that's how you know everything was done. we're gonna go to the director's office. I find it funny that the two guards are no longer still not there. They're not at their post. But I guess they're still moving those things.
Any news, Mr. Holmes?
I think I made the round of all the missing objects. Here I noted them on a piece of paper. Can you tell me now what could be made with this?
Hold on. I need to think for a moment.
It's quite thoughtful of them.
What's going on, Barn Cow?
The police are too kind. They took the time to remove the rubble that was in the hall.
However, they were given orders to not leave their post. Strange. I must look into that. Until later.
Okay. The funny thing is, if you have it check it out beforehand, this part will be completely empty, but now suddenly there's footprints here.
Footprints, look.
I think the amazing part about this...
Hold on. The most recent footprints on the ground correspond exactly with those that I found in the National Gallery, in the soil from the pot. Those of Lupin.
is that these are the only footprints here, but it definitely take more than one person to move this stuff.
These footprints are size 9.
Oh, I think I found it, Mr. Holmes. Upon closer inspection, the soap doesn't seem to have anything to do with this. I think they mean to install a pulley on a tripod in order to reel up a load situated much lower, like in a mine, for example.
What is the maximum weight of the load that we can raise?
Given the strength of the bars, it would all depend on the counterweight used. If, for example, we used one of the pedestals of the lions in front of the stairs, we could lift more than 2,000 pounds.
Holmes! Holmes! Come here! Quick!
It's Watson. We must get to him quickly.
I know I could teleport, but might as well just run there to experience the chase.
Blasted door. I can never seem to open it. Oh, there it is.
Quick! Quick!
Blazes.
Damnation.
Outside, quickly. We can attempt to intercept him before he absconds. Lupin, he's there.
My men are searching the area, but nothing yet. There's no sign of the stone, and even less of the man himself. We've been trumped, and here I thought our security was perfect.
It was, Lestrade, it was. It was impossible for him to enter the museum unless we let him in ourselves.
What are you suggesting? None of my men would have...
It wasn't one of your men, Lestrade. They are all fine police officers. No, it would have been someone who was deceived by Lupin and let him in unwittingly. What do you think, Watson?
Ah, well, you must be right, Holmes, as usual.
Very well. I will have my men keep an eye on the watchman and the architect. Who knows if either of those two chaps is an accomplice of the diabolical Frenchman?
Do that, Lestrade. As for you, Watson, would you be so good as to examine the police who lost consciousness? They may have been injured in the scuffle.
Certainly.
There is a message written on Lupin's calling card. The game begins anew.
I wonder if Watson has any inkling, because the only person who lets someone in that we've seen is him letting in the journalist. So either journalist is really Lupin, or actually Lupin had an accomplice, right? So either he's the accomplice or he's Lupin himself disguised as a journalist. Either way, we have a new things to look up. So, where is it that you should go? The beast at the entrance? No. Look for the dark, not the light. The one on the left will steer you right. And this one was easy because the entrance, I remembered, had two of these fountains with the lines. Well, I think they're lines. I think this was the lines.
A new message. What now?
Okay. Molière the poet was the greatest of the great, till along did come that Englishman we do hate. But what are you now to do is find his Veronese lovers too.
I must find a connection to those Veronese lovers.
Veronese lovers. So we're going to head to the reading room. Despite the fact that I already know, I'm just going to talk to the guard here.
What is this sharp thingy? My God, what have you got in your head? I'll have to watch out for your bread if you stick it in my... So, Mr. Holmes, so many emotions tonight. Isn't that right?
At least you haven't lost your good humour.
Oh, you know, one lost pebble just makes room for one more.
I think the Rosetta Stone is a bit more than a pebble, but sure.
Listen, I'm searching for a book having to do with the lovers of Verona.
You will certainly find it here in the reading room. There are plenty of love stories from Verona and elsewhere, maybe even something from London, for example, in a museum,
If I was looking for a book in this massive library, how would I go about doing it?
Look in one of the catalogues near the entrance. The catalogue will indicate in which part of the library, on which level, and which shelf, going left to right, the book is found. Good luck.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I had trouble with this puzzle because I had no idea what in the world. I tried... Here, let's go. So here's
This
the...
machine is strange. It must help to locate oneself in this immense library.
So this... I tried everything from typing Verona
I must have made a mistake. Time to think.
to Veronese lovers and everything like that. And I eventually had to use the hint system. The game's hint system here. And I guess this one, it's like if you knew the information beforehand, then you would know. The book is perhaps the most famous title of two lovers that exist, written by Shakespeare. And so this requires knowledge outside of the game, and that's not given in the game itself, which is kind of... I don't like it, because unless you know... You see, it's Romeo and Juliet. Because the hint there, of course, two lovers, Romeo and Juliet, and now the thing makes sense. But unless you know kind of the history of Romeo and Juliet, like, I knew that there was plagiarism, we call it plagiarism, call-outs of plagiarisms of William Shakespeare for copying Romeo and Juliet from whatever, I guess Verona. But yeah, I've never heard the term Verona when I ever heard those stories. So, but we know with using the hint system that it was Romeo and Juliet, two lovers. Alright, I have to use this one here.
Here's what I've been looking for.
Okay, so the category is in section G, shelf 8-4. Now, how these goes, for the shelves are by 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 would have to be on the second level. I'm looking for G. G's all the way over there. G, we're looking at the second shelf to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There. Romeo and Juliet. Look, a piece of paper seems to be marking a page. There's something written on it.
Okay, so now it's our next, the Bronze Door poem. Leading nowhere I have seen a door, of red copper or bronze from ages yore. You are within range of the way out. The next book, my friend, if you know how to count and how to look. The fourth band starting from the ground, you will count the men roaming around. The number found will be that of the page, on which you must read the first word I gauge. Now the seventh, counting from the top, takes only the left and then stop. Count the legs of the animals that neigh, use it as you did the other. That's the way. The book that is used for reference will be found with a bit of chance. The product of two numbers found gives you the page. My advice is sound.
Thanks to this door, I should know which book to find next.
Okay. And because from when I had my look around, I looked at every single object in this room, so I knew that this door was it. So even actually counts down. That's nice. Either way, so the first thing said fourth from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's an ancient Babylonian door.
And with this one, you're supposed to count the men roaming around, which I already got the number. It's 41. And it's 7 from the top, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's an ancient Babylonian door.
And then the second part is just the 7, the left side here. You count 9 horses, and since the horses have 4 legs, the number is 36.
Thanks to this door, I should know which book to find next.
Now, the next part, I did not know what I was supposed to do with those numbers, and I did have to use the hint system again. And this is where the part where it says, I had no recollection of when it said, use it as you did the other, that's the way. The only other time was, I guess, the only time I can think was a lock, and I can't remember off the top of my head, and I didn't go back and look. But we are supposed to times these 2 numbers together. And so I did not write that number down, so I'm just going to bring up my calculator on my phone. So 41 times 36 brings us 1476. So we're going to input 1476.
This is where the books dealing with the Empire's dominions are found.
Okay. So section D, 14.7. So since the number, it's on shelf 14, we need to head to the 3rd floor because 6, 12, and 14. It's in section D. Usually I think those are the only parts you really have to look. Otherwise, after this, you can just run along.
Here's the book I was looking for. Hindu Enchantment. Nothing special here.
Until you find the hand symbol pops up. So we are supposed to go with the numbers. So 36.
This book is interesting.
The first word is search. Then we go to 41.
This book is interesting.
It says search Kali. Now, with this one, I
found the correct pages in the book. Now, what should I look for?
Now, with this one, I actually just went straight to 41 because I did not think to look at 36. And the game won't let you proceed unless you look at both numbers. Now, again, because I had a big look around, I knew exactly what to do at this point. And there was a Kali statue right here.
A new message. What now?
Okay. We are 3 brothers, exactly the same, but one of us has been altered in the game. Remove it if you please, but do not hurt us. The addition can be removed without much fuss. Okay. And I figured it was somewhere in here. And this one was just searching around until I could find this symbol
here.
Here
are the 3 brothers that the poem speaks of. Lupin is right. I mustn't destroy this piece, but there is a clue.
Okay, so we're going to use this, and I believe it's somewhere. Yeah, it's right here.
A new message. What now?
Okay, drink or be drunk, treaty on wine jugs.
All of this must surely have a connection with the books that are found in the reading room.
Okay, so we're going to head to the reading room. Now, this one was pure speculation, but drink was the word that was circled. And, oh look, there happens to be a book. So, E12, 3, heading to the 2nd floor, section E, in the 3rd column, the bookshelves here.
Drink and be drunk. Here's the book. One of the pages is dog-eared. It must be important. I'll copy it out.
Okay, this receptacle of over 3 feet high is adorned with geometric motifs, suggestive of leaves and reeds. The handles, which were inappropriate for transportation, were very decorative and were sculpted into the shapes of necks and heads of geese resting on the side of the basin. Without a doubt, the artists imagined them as being the ancient guardians of the divine beverage that was destined to be decanted in this sumptuous receptacle, but also as the sarcastic witnesses of the boorish behavior of the intoxicated guests. After a few ladles full, who knows what mockeries some imagined to be coming from their beaks.
It's curious what is written here.
Again, because of the search around, it really helps with having the search around. I didn't exactly know. I just know there's 2 fountain cup-like things here. And oh look, I never noticed this one had a beak, or the geese, but...
there is something here.
Okay, now this is the next thing. With that, I am going to end the set here. We're going to continue on, catching up to the part where I finished off when I previously recorded. So thank you for liking if you like. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribe. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. And thank you for simply clicking on this video. And until next time, guys, see ya!